Hi class, hi fifth grade class. It's Miss Penn. We're back for another lesson. I hope y'all's week has been going great. So last week we worked on our rough drafts. We're still working through our writing as a class, correct? Yep, okay, good. So today what we are going to be working on is we're going to be continuing editing our papers, looking for little imperfections that we can make better to just make our writing shine. So today what we're going to be looking at closely is run-on sentences. Now, I might have some students being like, I know exactly what a run-on sentence is. I might have some students saying, I've heard of a run-on sentence. I don't remember what it is. And I might have some students saying, I have no idea what that is. And that is okay. I do want to say this shouldn't be your first time hearing about a run-on sentence. We are in fifth grade. We've done this in the past years, but I'm sure it has been a moment since you have heard about a run-on sentence. So we are going to begin our lesson by reviewing what a run-on sentence is, okay? So like I said, I might have some students on different levels right now. Some students know exactly what that is, some don't. That is okay. But we are going to begin our lesson by reviewing it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So in a second, you should see my screen. Okay. I should have all my students watching my screen. Okay. So I put together this little presentation to make this easier because we are on Zoom. So our title is Run-on Sentences because that is what we are working on today. There's Miss Penn on the little presentation saying, oh, happy day, because it's a great day, right? It's a great day to do run-on sentences. So first and foremost, this is not going to be an entire lesson on what a run-on sentence is, but we will begin by reviewing it and then moving along through our lesson. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do today is we are going to be reviewing run-on sentences. Miss Penn just talked about that, correct? We are going to be highlighting our rough draft. So I told you yesterday to bring that in today so we could continue working on that. So I hope everybody has it. And finding any run-on sentences. Okay, there's Miss Penn in the corner again going super, right? Because this is everything we're gonna do. We're gonna knock it out as a team. All right, so run-on sentence review. Before continuing this activity, we will all need to remember what a run-on sentence is, right? Because that's important. Think fast. Turn to your neighbor and see if you can remember what a run-on sentence is. Go. So remember, if you don't know exactly what it is, it's okay. Say what you think it is. It's called a run-on sentence. So maybe you think it's a sentence that runs. Go ahead and talk to your neighbor, discuss it. I'm going to walk around and listen, or I'm going to pop in on the Zoom chats and listen, and then we will continue. So go. Okay, now that a few moments has went by, we have now let's discuss as a class. I want to hear those good thoughts that were coming. I want to hear those good ideas. So everybody share, let's discuss. Does anybody have anything to share? Any good discussions you had with your classmate? Okay, all right, so our next slide is a run-on sentence is when two or even more sentences being combined or connected without any punctuation. So sometimes you'll just read a sentence and it'll become kind of wordy or just not entirely make sense because there's no breaks. So here's an example. It's, I love to write papers. I would write them every day if I had time. Now, if somebody said that out loud, it wouldn't sound super off, but reading it, we can notice some things, right? Does anybody want to share what they think when reading this sentence? Right, it could use something, it could use a period or a comma or whatever that may be. So let's look at what the right answer is. I love to write papers, period. I would write them every day if I had time. So if you look at the examples, how many sentences was actually in there? How many sentences were actually in there? 2, correct. So that would be a run-on sentence because there is more than one sentence combined to make one. So it's confusing, it's wordy. And sometimes you can write them in your papers and not even catch them. So today we're going to work on catching them. Okay. So now let's check our own writing for run-on sentences. So that rough draft, go ahead and take it out. For this activity, we are going to use lots of colors. So if you have pens, markers, highlighters, colored pencils, if you don't have highlighters, you can use anything. You just need different colors. So it says we will use lots of colors and highlight every sentence in our paper with a different color. So you're going to go through and every sentence in your paper, you're going to highlight with a different color, right? It says this will allow us to visually recognize run-on sentences, and they will become more obvious and stand out through colors. So like I said, sometimes when you're revising and editing your papers, it's just so hard to catch little things that could just be a little bit better to perfect your writing. So right here on an example, it says, the other day I went to a grocery store. I got popcorn and a movie. When I went home, I had a movie night. It was so fun and I loved doing it with my friends. Everyone should have a movie night. So every sentence is a different color, right? The first sentence is orange. The second sentence is blue. So a little Miss Penn's down there saying, you can do it, because she believes in y'all. All right, so you're going to go ahead and do that. It says, now you try. Let's take a few minutes of focus so we can all work on highlighting our paper. Raise your hand if you have any questions and I will help you, okay? So just take a minute, let everyone focus, and just go ahead and highlight every sentence in your paper a different color. Alrighty, now that it has been a few minutes, we are going to move on. If you're still finishing up those last few sentences, just go ahead and put your markers down. You'll get a few minutes after this lesson to continue that, okay? I promise you won't miss. Okay, so all done? Does your paper look anything like mine? I actually took a picture of my picture that I'm editing and put it at the bottom of this. You see all the colors? Now, do you see any colors in this picture that maybe Miss Penn could even take a look at? Yes. Okay, yeah, at the bottom, I do have a lot of blue. So I have about 3 lines of blue. And I should take a closer look at that and double check that there's no run-on sentences. So yours should be looking like this one. And now if you have a cluster of blue or a cluster of pink or a cluster of red, you are going to want to make sure whenever you revise and edit your paper and rewrite it, that you check to make sure that that is not a run-on sentence. Okay? Congratulations! You just revised and edited your writing looking for run-on sentences. Now, when we complete our final draft, we will have our run-on sentences picked out and we can eliminate them from our final writing. Mission accomplished. Woohoo! So remember, everything we do, every small edit we do to your paper is making you a better writer. It's going to make your writing smoother. It is going to make your writing better. And it is just going to overall make your paper flow a little bit better. So now, whenever you, like we said here, when you complete your final draft, you are going to want to take a look at all of these small edits. Obviously, Miss Penn will help you. She will make sure you don't miss anything because I know it's a lot, but I am so proud of y'all. So I hope that everybody had a great lesson and everybody feels more confident in their writing. But I hope you'll have a great day and congratulations on revising and editing your paper even more. See you later.